I have a thesis, and that is that human beings are more alike than we are unalike. That's what being an American is like. We look so differently, and yet we are all Americans. It's such an exciting thesis.
You've written books, you teach, and you're from a time when the society would tell you that these types of things were probably not even in the realm of possibility. The fact that you even lived abroad, a global perspective, pre-globalization almost,
Yeah.
what do you attribute that to?
I attribute it to love. Love is a condition so powerful. It may be that which holds the stars in the firmament. It may be that which pushes and urges the blood in the veins. Courage. You have to have courage to love somebody because you risk everything. Everything. I started learning courage from my grandmother who raised me. I had been with her from the time I was 3 until I was 7. And then I was taken up to St. Louis, to my mother's people. They were erudite. They were very sophisticated. I was there a couple of months when my mother's boyfriend raped me. The man was put in jail for 1 day and night and released. When the police came into my grandmother's house, they came in and told her that the man had been found dead, and it seemed he was kicked to death. They said that within my hearing. I decided that my voice had killed the man, so I wouldn't speak. I spent 6 years of my life as a mute, and words became very important to me.
I think words aren't what hurts people as much as the intentions behind words. So I think that's been one of the reasons why I can say some pretty ugly words that would traditionally hurt people, but when they hear it, they feel like this doesn't hurt me because they can feel the intention behind the word, just in how I'm using it. If y'all ever listen to Malcolm X, he used to say some deep shit. Listen to this. He said, in America, there are house niggas and there are field niggas. And he broke it all down. He said the house nigga lives in the house with the master. He loves the master. He wears the same clothes as the master. Eats the same food. He loves the master more than he loves himself. Field nigga, on the other hand, sleeps outside. Food is bad. Clothes are bad. They beat him unreasonably. And he hates the master's fucking guts. And then Malcolm said, I am a field nigga. And I say the same thing. I'm a field nigga that somehow managed to find his way into the house.
I believe that a word is a thing. It is non-visible and audible only for the time it's there. It hangs in the air. But I believe it is a thing. I believe it goes into the upholstery and into the rugs and into my hair and into my clothes and finally even into my body. I believe that words are things and I live on them. I look at the word, the N word, which I really am obliged to call it that, because it was created to divest people of their humanity.
Absolutely.
Now, when I see a bottle come from the pharmacy, it says Poison, and then there's skull and bones, then I know that the content of that thing, the bottle is nothing, but the content is poison. If I pour that content into Bavarian crystal, It is still poison.
Well,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Mind you, it's just an idea. That words are things.
it's a particular rapper who's a good friend of mine. This guy, his name is Most Def. And we were having a conversation about that word in particular. What was initially used to dehumanize us, we adopted and speak of camaraderie with it. This is a mutual struggle. And he said, I know you're gonna just crush me in a minute. So
No, sir.
I'm taking my time.
How? How?
No,
My darling. How? You're my grandson.
no, I
How
understand.
can I not listen to you and be elevated by you and taught something?
Elevated is a
Taught
strong.
something.
I mean, I know this is the hot button stuff here.
I don't care. Do
But,
you? I think I need to talk to you. And I need you to talk to me.
I need to talk.
Desperately.
I need to listen. I'm scared of you right now.
Oh.
But I'm just kidding.
Then let's stop.
No, I'm just kidding. But he said something to the effect of, it used to be an exclusive word, that when they spoke that word about you, it would exclude you. And he said what was interesting now is that culturally the pendulum shifted so far the other way, where it's cool to be black, that now it's exclusive the other way. Contrary to popular belief, in the core of who I am, I don't think in terms of race. But I know that being a black man, I just have a very unique experience on this earth. People like Richard Pryor or any artist, they can relate this experience as a black person, and then they see all these white people come to their shows, and the media will be like, well, aren't you surprised that so many white people like what you're saying? No, because it's a human experience. You know, in the past, I used to always tell a lot of jokes about white people. And I know there's a lot of white people here with us tonight. Good evening, whites. Everybody knows what it's like to be embarrassed or to be felt marginalized. The implication is authority. Nobody likes authority figures. When I say jokes about white people, don't think for a second that I'm talking about you. Don't forget, I almost had $50 million once. When you make enough money in America, they'll pull back the curtain and introduce you to the real white people. You guys just think you're white.
Dave Chappelle is very intelligent. He's well raised. That goes without saying. A person who is well raised knows to respect the elders. It doesn't mean that you have to agree with anything, even a little bit of what the elder says, but you respect the elder for surviving. May I tell you about the painting?
Oh, yeah.
I have what is considered to be a serious collection of African-American art.
Do these paintings all have stories behind? Like you met most of the artists who painted these?
Yes. Over there is considered John Bigger's masterwork. It's called Kumasi Market from Ghana.
Does it remind you of being there when
Yes,
you were
very much.
It takes you back.
Very much. You see the arms of the women. John Biggers was one painter who always painted the way Black Americans looked and Africans looked. So you can see the black and the brown and the beige and the gold.
And that is beautiful.
Now, straight ahead, the large painting is Phoebe, and it was painted for Jacqueline Kennedy and for Coretta Scott King. And it's called The Funeral Will Not Let You Forget.
The title's as poetic as a...
I know.
What about this one with the gentleman with the cigarette? I can't take my eyes off.
That was given to me by my brother. He asked that I put it as the last piece I see before I go into the bedroom, and that my husband would see, so that we could say to each other, stop it. Whatever you said earlier, forget it.
That's hilarious. I like that picture.
I like it too.
Is these family members?
Oh, that's my great-grandmother who had been a slave. And when slavery was abolished, she named herself Kentucky Shannon. She said because she loved the sound of it.
When I was asked to do the show, I had seen her speak in Dayton. She was talking a lot about her life experiences. And when I watched her speak that particular night, it's a lot of things she said that resonated.
I didn't know until today that you had asked for me.
Oh, yeah, man.
I didn't know until today.
I told you, my mother and my godmother had tickets to see you in Dayton, and I went with them. And you were so incredibly engaged and poignant. That was as if you were talking just to me. And at that particular time, it was right after I walked away from my show, and you were saying things that I needed to hear that I rarely said. So
It's important, if not, in fact, imperative, that each knows that there's a line beyond which you will not go. And lots of money is dangled before people's eyes. Many times they will tell you yes when they know no, because it's dangled before their eyes and because of you. And some will say, damn, Jack, you're giving this up? They mean that I'm not making this money because you've given it up. I know it. I know it too well. Very well. But the thing is, you have some place that nobody, kith nor kin, can take you beyond. Somewhere in the bend of your elbow. You see? Nobody.
something else, man.